Calling Houston! Calling Houston! We are about to take off? Okay, I don't know what I'm doing. But when it comes to balloons, hey, we're on this. So today, we're going to see how to make this super cool, down and dirty, fast astronaut. Hey guys, it's Sandy Missouri from Balloon Utopia and Market with Balloons. Today, we are going to make a fast, down and dirty astronaut. This one's kind of fun, and it goes over really well, like out of this world. Anyways, so what we have here is a face print design. I don't know if you can see that. You'll see it in a second when I blow it up, but the reason that I don't have them already inflated is because we are going to double stuff it into this little clear balloon. These are both 5-inch balloons. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this balloon. So basically what I do is I just kind of like fold it in on itself and then fold it again. So I've kind of got it in quarters, so it's a little bit stiff. And then I just kind of place it inside of the other balloon. Kind of a little bit, it's a little bit humid, so they're kind of sticking a little bit more than normal. You could use a balloon straw to do this. It would be easier, or like a stick or a straw or a pencil or something. All right, so just kind of want to get it squished down in there. Just like that. Getting there, almost. All right, there we go. Okay, so the first thing what you're going to do is you're just going to blow it up a little bit. So there you go. Now you can kind of see that face. Okay, and now here's where it gets tricky, because we want to pull the inside balloon and just kind of hold on to it for a second while we inflate the outer balloon, because we kind of want it to look like a helmet, so I want some negative space between the two. There we go. Like that. So, and then we might blow up the inner side balloon a little bit more, just like this. So now it kind of looks like he's kind of got that helmet look on. And then we are actually going to tie both of these balloons together, just like that. Okay? So that's our head. And now we're just going to kind of put this to the side and make our body. Now, I'm basing this on kind of a modified hitchhiker body, and then I'll add some embellishment elements. I do a couple of different like fancier astronauts, but for today I just wanted to show you kind of a quickie one. All right, so we're going to take two 260s. They are fully inflated with a good burp and probably about a 2-inch tail. And so what we're going to do, we're going to mirror them. Okay, so we're going to make a little bubble. I'd say it's probably about a 1-inch bubble, and then probably about a 2.5-inch bubble, like that, and then roll it through, and that just kind of locks it down. Then we're going to do the same thing on this side. 1-inch bubble, about a 2.5-inch bubble, twist it, it's kind of like a little dog head, and roll it through, just like that. Okay, now we're going to give it a little bend just to give it some shape, because we don't want our arms going like straight out like that. So just kind of give it a little shape like that. And now we're going to match those two up, so like we have a pair of dog heads or like dog snakes. And we're going to come and just kind of grab them together, and then I kind of like flip them around like that. Okay, and now we're going to make 2 pinch twists, and that's going to kind of be the neck and also hold the head on. Okay, so what I do is I make the 2 bubbles by twisting them both at the same time, and then I'm going to kind of get in there and squeeze it together and pull it up and twist. Okay, and then put one on each side. So there we go. That is the hardest part of this whole design. Okay, and now we're going to just grab a handful. It's like kind of a full open spread handful. And twist. Now I'm going to pull one through. That locks it. And now I'm just going to make 2 tiny, tiny little pinch twists. I don't want them to be too big. This is just to stabilize it. But I will put a little belt on later, okay? So that same thing, exactly what we did here, just now we're doing it a lot smaller. And then I'm just going to kind of put one on each side, like that. Stay. Okay, and now I'm going to take these 2 again. I'm just going to give them a little stretch, kind of lengthen them a little bit, and put a little bend in it. And then I'm just going to put a little tiny bubble, and then a little loop. So now the actual size of this loop totally depends on how much balloon I have left at this point. So if I don't have a lot of balloon, then it's a tiny little loop, and if I have a lot of balloon, then it's a very small little loop. So it totally depends on that. Okay, so now what we have is kind of this. So like I said, it's kind of a modified hitchhiker, and you notice that my 2 legs did not come out the same size. it's okay because he's floating in space. Nobody will notice that. So we're just going to, again, give it a little bend, and we'll kind of separate the legs. All right, now I'm going to take a third 260, and with this one, I just want to bulk up his body because, you know, the astronauts, they're like in those big spacesuits, they're kind of bulky. So I'm just going to tie it in with the nozzle. I'm taking the nozzle and I'm wrapping it into the balloons like that. I'm bringing it down into his hips, wrapping it back around, and then coming back up, just like so. And then I'm gonna, wait, hey, come back here. Man, he's camera shy. All right, get rid of the rest. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and attach that head. So all I'm gonna do is I'm going to take the nozzle underneath where it's tied, and I'm just gonna wrap it into those 2 pinch twists. Just like so. And then I'm going to tuck it into the body. Now we could leave it like this, but we're not going to. So now what we have here is we've got a gold 160, right? So that is a balloon that is approximately 1 inch wide, 60 inches long, approximately. I think it probably blows up more like ½ an inch wide, but I haven't ever actually measured. Anyways, so first what we're gonna do is get the hips kind of centered, and we're just gonna take it and, let's see, it's hard for me to do this backwards, but essentially what we're going to do is we're just going to tie it around. So this, actually I want it a little bit less tight, like that. That kind of becomes the belt. And you see that I'm using the nozzle here to tie it in. Okay, and let's turn his head around so that he's looking the right way. Okay, now we're gonna put just a couple of tiny little pinch twists there. So 1 little pinch twist, 2 little pinch twists, and I think I'm gonna do 3 little pinch twists. So again, that pinch twist, we're just kind of making the bubble and then collapsing it in on itself. It's very hard to get my hand out of the way and twist it while I do this. So, like that. And then the rest of this 160, we're gonna squeeze the air and kind of stretch it. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna wrap it around my hand and squeeze the air like this. And the reason that I did that is because that's gonna train it to make it kind of curly. Because what I want is kind of the effect of like that leash that connects them to the rocket ship, you know, so it's like that. So then he's kind of got that floating feeling. Okay, but we're not done. We want to just embellish him a little bit more. I don't know why I picked gold. It doesn't have to be gold. It could be a different color. It was kind of just an arbitrary decision that I did gold. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to take another gold 160, and we're going to stretch it again just because the gold tends to be a little bit brittle. And so now what we're going to do is that same thing that we did, we're going to just tie like cuffs at the ankles and at the wrists and ankles. So you see I'm just kind of tying it on, and then I'm going to kind of push it back. I'm controlling it because I still want to use the rest of the balloon. And then I'm going to pop it off. Now I got to retie this guy. And we're going to do it again on this side. Just like this. And then also on the feet. I'm thinking I have some old balloons here because they're falling apart in pieces. Okay, same thing, just like we did before. And there's a lot of ways that you could make this fancier, scale it up or whatever, but for our purposes today, this will be just fine. It'll totally get the point across and fit in with our outer space theme. Alright, so there we go. And then of course, now we're almost done. Of course you'll want to get rid of all your little balloon guts. So we'll just trim it up for a sec, and then I'll move on to the last piece. So now, like I said, we're gonna kind of put his feet kind of all askew, like he's floating, right? And I usually like hand it to them by the leash, and you know, so they can play with it like that. Woo. All right, so the one more that we're gonna do is, here we go, one more gold 260. Again, we're gonna kind of stretch it a little bit. Okay, so this one, we're going to take a little bubble, a little teeny tiny bubble off of it, and we're gonna wrap it into these pinch twists here, and then kind of like wrap it around the neck and just kind of hide it into the body. And then we're going to figure out which way is the curve going here, and we're just going to take it up and over around the head and then twist it in. And so that kind of gives them that, you know, kind of the space helmet look, like the little bubble inside the space helmet or whatever, kind of fills in the negative space a little bit, and then make sure that, you know, people can see that there is that layer because it's clear, so, you know, kind of hard to see. So, there we go, all right. Woo. Ground control to Major Houston. Okay, I know those aren't the words. So there we go. We got kind of a quick down and dirty astronaut. Lots of fun. Plays big. Kids love it. And it will definitely add to your out of this world adventure. So until next time, make sure that you like the video, click like, leave me some comments, give me some love, tell me what else you want to know, what else you want to learn. Subscribe to my channel, really important. Subscribe to my channel and tell all of your friends to subscribe. When I hit 100,000 subscribers, I'm gonna be giving out some major prizes. So, you know, let's make this happen fast while I've still got these prizes in stock. And go over to Amazon and buy my books. Yep, what do you think? All right, give me 5. Woo! Until next time, go forth and balloonify.